If you had to choose any new sport bike for under $10,000, what would it be?
For me, it's gotta be more sporty than relaxed. It's gotta have a good chassis, some electronics, but most importantly, it has to have an exciting engine. It has to.
Personally, I'm looking for something with a little bit more versatility. I'm all for a bike that's fun around the track, but I don't need razor sharp anything, and I don't want a bike that's built more for the track than it is the street.
Speaking of track focus and thinking about the things that are important to me, I'm choosing the $10,000 four-cylinder Kawasaki ZX-4RR.
I'm going with a bike built around one of my favorite engines right now, the $9,500 parallel twin-powered Suzuki GSX-8R.
Who made the best choice? And how different is the riding experience between two bikes with completely different engines? We're about to find out.
Methinks it'll be a bike with a blue fairing on it, huh?
Dude, Team Green, this thing races.
The thing we didn't really talk about, all that intro stuff, there's actually like a lot of history in this little bike, right? Like,
yeah,
it's a cool bike and it's new and it's unique, but it's not the first time I've seen stuff like that, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, first time in a while, but yeah, they were Kawasaki. I mean, all the Japanese manufacturers back in the 80s into the early 90s were making small bore fours, you know, but they never came to America.
All right, all that said about that bike, I don't know if you know, but I actually raced an SV650 for a couple years, and like that's what draws me to this thing so much. I feel like it's that SV reincarnated. Fun fact, actually, my SV was blue, so I'm just like, this is like a trip down memory lane in a way. But this is fully faired, it's fully modern, it's got the new engine, it's got all the electronics. Like, I think that's what like draws me to this thing so much. I just think that thing is gonna be a lot more work. Like, you're gonna be, I feel like you're gonna be shifting so much more on that. I'm just saying.
I think so. It's gonna, like a two-stroke dirt bike, you're gonna have to keep the thing on the pipe.
You have a dirt bike background. We didn't really like talked about that much, right? You're an excellent rider, like I know that. But it's more from the dirt side. And what you've done, like how many track days out here? Like
2 or 3.
3, yeah, okay. And like ridden a couple different bikes. But like your whole thing right now at this point in your life is you want to become a better on-road rider. You want to be able to go and do track days and, you know, get up into the A group and things like that, right? And like hone that skill. It's just something that you're gonna be able to push a little bit more and continue to find those limits and like ride it a little bit more like a race bike.
Yeah, like kind of really work it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not trying to set you up for failure or anything, but I think you know, the one thing we gotta do, we gotta figure out which bike is faster, you know? So you're a little bit limited and, you know, maybe not have the full edge that I do, but
yeah, less horsepower for sure, but I'm a lighter rider and this bike is lighter too.
True. All right,
so,
ready?
Let's hit it.
Okay.
Before we get too far, let's talk a little more about those engines because that's what's gonna make these bikes so different.
Suzuki is using a parallel twin, which has 2 pistons side by side and generally weighs less than an equally sized V-twin because there are fewer parts.
An inline 4 has all 4 cylinders aligned in a single straight line, with the inner pistons moving together separate from the outer pistons. The added explosions per revolution give smooth power delivery and a high-pitched sound, which is why these engines are often called screamers.
More specifically, Suzuki is using a parallel twin with a 270-degree firing order, which means that after one piston fires, the crankshaft needs to rotate 270 degrees before the other does its thing. This gives the engine a V-twin-like sound and helps with mid-range torque.
Dividing the engine displacement among more cylinders allows for smaller and lighter parts, enabling the engine to rev higher. The 4RR can rev to an impressive 16,000 RPM.
Plus, a twin is narrower than an inline 4, which generally allows for a narrower midsection.
Unfortunately, higher RPM brings increased noise, and that doesn't play nice with EPA sound regulations. US-bound ZX-4RRs are electronically limited to only rev to about 15,000 RPM, with peak power coming at 11,500 RPM. There are aftermarket solutions, but it might make your bike illegal.
Now, 270-degree parallel twins have a bit more vibrations, but thanks to the magic of balance shafts, they can be made as smooth as we want them.
Inline 4 engines are more expensive to manufacture and maintain because they have more moving parts.
There's not as much top-end performance, but they are more cost-effective for manufacturers, better for packaging, and easier to design around current emissions regulations, which is why you'll see them in so many new middleweight sport bikes. This 8R is just one good example.
Now that you know a bit about the engines, let's get back to the fun stuff.
All right, Evan. So I'm thinking you count us down. Ready? We're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
and then I'm gonna just gap you from there. Does that sound good?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
Put my revs up. 3, 2, 1. Come on! Oh, baby! Come on! I don't want to look back! I don't want to look back! Dang, dang.
Oh my God, that's so much. I can literally do that all day. I can do it all day. Don't underestimate the power of good Bluetooth comms. They've become a game changer for us, making rides easier to plan, safer, and more fun. It's become an essential part of our riding experience.
I feel safe and all, but this is not what I had in mind when we talked about planning a group ride.
Hey, at least we're having fun, man. It also allows you to clearly communicate how you feel.
That looked awesome. One more, one more.
One more? Dude, you keep saying that. You said one more like 10 times ago.
Even if sometimes you could still rely on nonverbal communications. One of the newest features we've fallen for is the Cardo app's intercom recording capability. Imagine getting to voice record your ride and then relive all the moments in vivid detail. Hey, you said if I beat you up the mountain, you buy lunch.
No, I didn't.
If you beat me up the mountain, I'll buy you lunch.
Big thanks to Cardo for sponsoring this video on so many levels.
That was close. Do you feel like you nailed your start?
You got a little
I
better
don't know if
start
I
to me.
jumped
You jumped a little bit better. You jumped a little bit, but I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Okay.
The counting and doing it is hard. Like,
Yeah, it is.
I just get to focus on revving and you're counting.
Yeah.
I mean, but this thing gets off so easy. Like, I don't have to think about modulating the clutch much or anything. It's just go. Just roll the throttle
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Where that thing, you gotta like be really careful with the revs, right? And what you're doing,
yeah.
launching the thing.
You're letting the clutch out too slow, so you're losing drive. Or if the revs aren't high enough and you let the clutch out too soon, the thing just falls on its face and bogs, and then you're screwed either way.
It's just more work. I think that bike, that's the thing about that bike. It's gotta be more work. It might be a little bit more rewarding, and like there's some excitement to it. Like it sounds like it was like just screaming.
Absolutely. Like if I would have won that one, I'd be doing the Rossi. You know?
I'm gonna start blaming this on all the like Mexican food I eat because it might be my disadvantage here.
Yeah, well you did go hard on the rice and beans last night.
Unfortunately, it was gonna take a little more than rice and beans for me and the Cowie to keep up. I was closer than expected thanks to a weight advantage, but don't think the 4RR will outdrag a bike like the 8R. And yes, it is a little more work to launch. With straight line testing completed, we headed back to the pits, polished our lids, so at least we looked fast, precision tuned our motorcycles with the most advanced equipment, and got ready to see how different these bikes felt on track.
Let's get into that corner a little bit tighter there, bud.
Okay.
You're swinging so wide. Get down to that apex. Yeah, there we go.
Alright, I gotta seek the apex.
There we go. Seek the apex. Nice job getting through there. How is it right there on the acceleration? What does it feel like?
This engine, you know, you have to keep it pretty spun up. I mean, I'll be honest, I thought it would be more work than it is. It's got a little bit more flexibility. Third gear's working pretty good for me.
Oh, so you don't feel like you're shifting too much?
No, at my pace, I can hold third gear through most of these sections. Like, let's see, hold off. Yeah, you got close to the rev limiter there.
Yeah.
So at my pace, third gear's working pretty good, pretty flexible. But if you do roll off the throttle mid-corner and you're not, you know, screwing it on as you're kind of rounding that apex, I feel like you get punished.
Yeah, you gotta hit your marks on that bike, right? Because if you miss your marks and you don't get on the throttle and you don't carry that corner speed, it's not going anywhere at the corner exit. Meanwhile, on this bad boy over here, this torque curve that I've got, I don't even know if it's a curve, it's super flat. I don't have to be so cognizant of what I'm doing mid-corner. I mean, I'm still making sure I pick up the throttle where I want and, you know, get that chassis settled and stuff, but I don't have to be looking so closely at the tack and making sure I'm right in that window and just making sure that I'm keeping up that momentum. It's just so much more relaxing of a ride, kind of mentally and physically. What I've been impressed by just following you is how quick you're getting into the corners, which I imagine is just a pretty good amount of
confidence in the chassis, right?
Yeah, it feels good. Like, yeah, like coming in on the brakes a little bit. Like this corner, like I feel good, like on the brake, knifing it in, kind of leaning over.
It's absolutely where you look the most comfortable is getting into a corner.
Yeah.
I will say, I'll be honest, this chassis is good, but I definitely noticed that the steering is a little bit heavier. But I don't have a ton of feel at the contact patch on this thing. I kind of got to be a little bit easy with it. Like mid-corner before I pick the throttle up, it's not meant to be compete with like a GSX-R 600 chassis or something like that. So you do notice a little bit here, and I'll be honest, man, like your pick there, the Kawasaki, I think chassis-wise, it might have a little bit of an edge out here. I think it's got a little bit more of a racy kind of on-edge design to it.
Yeah, where this Cowie, I mean, I definitely have a lot of weight on my wrist, which getting into this corner, it feels nice, but when I try to move around on the bike, I feel a bit locked in.
You got traditional sport bike ergos. Like, yeah, it's a little bit relaxed compared to, you know, a ZX6.
And for a beginner with little, you know, sport bike and track experience, there's definitely a learning curve to that. I gotta be honest, it is more challenging than I thought. Between the ergonomics, as well as just the engine, the whole rider package it is not exactly beginner friendly.
Meanwhile, this old Suzuki here gives me almost all the room my 6'3" frame needs. I don't have to be like super tucked in, aggressive riding position. I can if I want, but I don't really need to. I can sit a little bit more upright. I can move my weight around still. I can move around really easy. There's a lot of room in this seat. So if you're doing track days and riding around with your buddies and stuff, you don't need it to be so aggressive. And I think this is a nice middle ground. I think the best thing I could say about the Suzuki, outside of the engine, which I think the engine is just so flexible, you know, coming off corners and, like I said, not having to be so focused on, you know, the revs and where you're at and the power band. It's just so easy to ride overall that I could just do hour-long sessions and I don't feel like I would get tired. And I think that's important. I do think that's important for like a track day rider or something like that. They're maybe not working toward, you know, going racing and being a championship level rider. They just want to go out and have fun with their buddies. And that's absolutely what you get with this bike. Absolutely. All right, you ready to pull in? I got an idea here.
Uh-oh, I'm always worried when you have ideas. But I'll try anything once.
Oh, this might be the one and only time you try this. We're feeling good. We're having
better.
fun.
Yep.
So we've decided we're going to do a little two-up ride. Get an idea of what the other person's bike is like and what the passenger seats are like. The passenger accommodations. You get? I don't know how this is going to go. Just hold on to me and.
Am I holding around your waist?
Hold on tight. Hold on tight.
All right. I'm going to be holding on like this.
Okay. You ready?
I think so. As ready as
One
I'll
lap.
ever be.
One lap, right? We'll do like an out lap. We'll do an out lap and we'll do one lap. How does that sound?
Okay, that's fair.
I love how we picked to go do this when right as all the fast guys go out.
Yeah. I'm sure they're happy about that.
You are a brave man. Here we go. Here's our lap. Here's our lap. Tug in.
I don't know though. That quick shifter doesn't. Is the downshift's a little notchy for you?
Oh, they are a little bit notchy. You're right. Good point.
Yeah.
I did.
I can feel that a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the thing. Like, it still pulls off the corners. I love this engine, man.
Luckily, I don't weigh too much. Does it feel like my additional weight is overloading the shock, or is it still
No, a
feel
little
pretty
bit.
good?
Like, I get a little bit of movement at the back. But you're right. You're right. You're not too heavy, so. Just a little bit more careful getting into the corner. Ugh.
For what it's worth, I do feel pretty comfortable back here as far as just.
I'm shocked. I have not heard any screaming, anything.
Oh, did that thing wallow a little?
Oh, she's wallowing a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's wallowing. Oh, we got someone else to pass us. How dare you pass us riding two up on our little jigsaw. All right, we're doing it, man. That's
Oh
one
yeah.
lap. A two up lap.
We're putting down heaters.
Yoo-hoo. We not doing
I
it?
think you gotta do it. I think you gotta try everything at least once.
Ah, boy, that always ends well. I'll try it once.
What's the worst that could happen?
I barely got him to scream at all. I took it too easy on him, I guess.
Well, I trust him a lot. Whew. Now, do you trust me? Is an experienced rider going to trust a beginner rider?
Oh, God. Okay.
Holy sh**.
Please, for the
I
love.
don't know who's more scared, me or you.
Oh, God. Please, I don't care if it's the slowest lap we ever do. Ah!
It's definitely going to be the slowest lap this track has ever seen. That is for sure. Holy, I think I'm more nervous than you.
Okay.
Are we ready?
We can do this, bud.
Here we go.
We can do this.
Oh.
Okay. It's already too fast! Okay, I'm like, oh my God.
This isn't going to be a slow lap.
I'm already terrified. Like, I'm already terrified going out of pit lane.
Holy
Oh, how are you
scared
not
too.
screaming? How are you not screaming
Well,
the
because I
entire time?
trust you. I know I trust you. I don't trust myself
I
right
don't
now
like-
with you on the back. Holy.
Okay, please, dear God. I just want to close my. I think I might just close my eyes. I think. Oh my God.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
No.
It's hard
what?
to steer with you. I
Don't
think
say that. Don't say that. Okay, then go slower.
you on the back makes the bike feel so much different.
Yeah, I bet. Oh God, there's fast bikes coming.
Should I stay
Okay.
on the inside or the outside?
Just ride normal. Just ride normal. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Oh God.
Oh!
Oh God.
Holy sh**.
Stop, break.
Alright. We're on the brakes. We're on the brakes. Oh, your weight. I can't keep your weight. Holy sh**. That was like the hardest push-up of my life. Holy
Oh, I just want to get through this corner.
Is it-
We can be done, right? We can be done.
Yeah, we can be done. I'm just as scared as you are.
Oh my God. Anything
I thought
I've
you
ever
were
felt
gonna
on a
crush me in
motorcycle.
that braking zone. My
like-
arms were about to collapse. I was like, okay, I can't let this happen to Bradley, but that was not easy.
I'm gonna kiss
Well-
this ground.
At least we know it is possible.
Okay, can I get off
Just
now?
barely.
I am so happy to come to a stop. No. I don't want to do that again. I'm probably gonna lose my voice from screaming the entire time. Like the motorcycle, I just felt like what you feel at the contact patch when you're like that high up and like there's that much weight being thrown on the bike. It's just like a totally different sensation. And I mean, he did it. He's getting good on the 4. He's comfortable with that bike now. I'm not comfortable being on the back of it. So I'm glad that's done.
I think I was just as nervous as you were. That wasn't fun for either one of us.
I'm just gonna go ride now. Let's just go ride.
All right, I'll follow you.
With the sketchy 2-up stuff behind us, we headed back out on track for a few more sessions. Then we went back to the pits, geared down, and reflected on the day.
So, learned a lot today, biggest being I do not fit on the back of a ZX-4RR. Probably knew that going into this, but it was fun, mildly terrifying. I know you learned a lot about that bike too.
Yeah, I did. That bike's pretty hardcore, and honestly, I struggled at the beginning of the day to get everything out of it, but I do feel like it's a bike I could grow into. I could come out here 4, 5, 6 times, develop my skills, and not get bored with it. And I could see why an experienced track rider would really enjoy that bike. And to be honest, I'm not ready for a 600.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side, the 8R, what I really loved about that bike is how relaxed I could be. I think, you know, I had so much fun just riding around with you. I'm not having to hyper fixate on gear position, RPM. I can just enjoy the ride and have fun. And for me, I really value that. I think it's super important. However, I'll also say the other thing about the RR is those ergonomics, everything else is gonna make that an interesting bike on the street.
Yeah, definitely. If that bike was gonna shine anywhere, it was gonna be today here at Chuckwalla.
Yeah. Oh, look, you got your coffee. Are you ready to go?
Dude, you know it. I'm high octane, baby, just like my bike. That's how I always start my day.
Yeah, no kidding about that. All right, well, track days only tell you so much, so we got a good street ride planned today, one of our favorite roads around here. Then we're gonna get up into the mountains. If all goes well, we are hopefully gonna get down to the beach this afternoon for a little sunset together, which should be good,
Nice,
you know, before
yeah.
we go our separate ways.
Let's be honest, these things spend a majority of their time on the streets, so we gotta ride them on the streets and show the viewer which one's
Yep.
better. I
Yep.
wanna know. I think I think you're gonna be surprised about this thing.
Am I? Well, I will say I got another little surprise for you because we're gonna do a little something before we get out of town here. Should be good. We'll show you some sights around here. How's that sound?
A little sightseeing?
A little sightseeing.
All right, let me pound this coffee and we'll hit the road.
Please do, man. I'm ready to
let's do
ride.
it.
With our bikes fueled up and one of us high on caffeine, we hit the road. The destination was just a few miles away and would definitely be an interesting way to kick off the day for us and the motorcycles.
So pretty sure this is our turn right here. So basically out here in the Borrego Springs area, there's a bunch of these like metal art sculptures.
Yeah, I've been to one. There's like a big dragon on the other side of town I've been to. It's pretty sick.
I found one. It's buried a little bit further up, and it's gonna give us a chance to do a little off-road riding on these things. I know you're an off-road guy.
Okay. I mean, I'm all for dirt. I don't know. Never ridden a sport bike on the dirt, but at least I know what the traction's gonna be like. I mean, you're definitely faster than me on the track, but I think I got you out here on the dirt, baby.
Thanks, bud.
Dude, honestly, if this thing had a knobby tire on the front, I could get pretty down.
Stupid. All right, it's a race to there. It's a race to there.
It's like rally racing. You gotta get your navigation correct. Oh, geez. Maybe you're the dirt guy. Jesus.
Oh, wait. We got a car. Hello, folks. Nothing to see here. Just a couple guys on sport bikes.
Oh, you got the whole standing up style. Oh, I just got roosted.
Yeah. All right.
These are dinosaurs.
There's some dinosaurs, man.
They got everything out here. Horses, dinosaurs, dragons.
Yeah, what'd you say? You seen a dragon before?
I've seen a dragon.
Yeah, dinosaurs now, man. I love coming out here and checking this stuff out.
I think it was one guy that built all of these and just came and started placing them out in the desert.
Yeah, obviously it's cool now because it's like this attraction and you get a bunch of tourists that come out here and there's not a whole heck of a lot to do out in this area if you're not at a spa or going motorcycle riding. So
get your Instagram pictures.
Yeah, IG pictures. Speaking of, we should probably do that, right? You know, a couple of years ago we could have made a joke about prehistoric Suzukis. Can't do that anymore.
Arguably, that has brought them out of that prehistoric era.
Oh, I like
engine.
it. You're right. So, you ready to jump on and get the heck out of here?
Yeah, let's do it. As long as there's no more surprises.
It'll be just be a little roost on the way back to the road.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be your last surprise.
Just remember, dude, these KRT graphics cost me extra, so.
Sorry, bud. I don't want to scratch them for you, I promise. Ah! Thought it was gonna eat me.
After spending a little quality time with our prehistoric art pal, we jumped on our motorcycles and rallied back toward pavement and some tight, twisty roads that would lead us out of the desert and up into the mountains. Here, every curve would give us new insight into how these bikes work in real-world environments.
How about this asphalt, man? This is
This is nice and smooth and seems like it's got grip.
It's funny because I kind of gave you crap thinking that Kawasaki was going to be a bunch of work out here, but in some ways the Suzuki is a little bit more work in this tight canyon stuff because of that little bit heavier steering, but the engine is far and above the thing that I like the most. I mean, it's responsive, it runs really smooth, but that torque, like always got grunt out of the corner.
And it's funny because what makes the Kawasaki easy to ride out here is the chassis, but then the engine is a little bit more work, where it seems vice versa on the Suzuki. The chassis makes you work a little bit harder, but you have that torque to really connect the corners, especially this tighter section.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're just two completely different motorcycles. So do you feel like even with the chassis being good on that thing, you're having to work harder on the Kawasaki?
Yeah, I am. Because I'm shifting a lot. I'm trying to roll on the throttle early.
Yeah, that's a win for me. That's a win. So who's having more fun? Who's having more fun up here? That's the important part.
I think I'm having more fun. I don't know how much fun you're having, but I'm having a lot of fun. Especially with this smooth pavement. Man,
this stuff is beautiful.
I just
pray
feel like
that it does not rain at all because I want these roads to stay dry.
This is when riding sport bikes goes
The
wrong.
locals are wearing beanies, so that tells me it's cold. Cold enough.
They're looking at us like idiots. That should tell us something too. What happened to the nice weather?
I know, it was warm and hot, and I was
It's all right.
sweating
It's
down
gonna
in
get better.
Anza-
It's gonna get better. Yeah, right. We were sweating like an hour and a half ago,
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah, I can't really see. I can see your tail light, and that's about it. Oh,
I might run with my visor up so I can actually see.
yeah.
But then I open my visor and then my face is freezing cold.
You get like your wind burn on your eyes.
Can you like sing to me or something to put my mind at ease?
Rain, rain, go away. Come again
gosh.
another day.
I'm gonna like close my visor halfway. Oh.
Yeah, I was doing both. Visor up, my eyes start to dry out in water. Visor down, I can't see anything.
Can you feel your fingertips?
No.
Okay.
I just went to grab the front brake and I like grabbed it super aggressively because my hands aren't working that well.
I so badly just want to like put my hands on an engine case down here.
Yeah. And unfortunately I can't reach any because of these fairies.
I'm thinking about Mexican food again.
Yeah.
Just like a warm carne asada
Warm,
burrito.
yeah, like especially when the tortilla chips come out, they're still warm. Ooh. Or the hot tortillas. That's what I would like to do. I would like to just open those little tortilla cases and jump inside with them. Like a little steam shower. A
I like
sauna.
felt that. I could feel that.
Fortune favored us as we descended the mountain and the grip of cold weather began to relent. The occasional wheelie added some excitement but also warmed us up, making the journey even more exhilarating as we headed back to civilization.
What's the lesser of the two evils? Cold, rainy in the mountains or traffic on the freeway?
I would rather have traffic on the freeway.
Really?
On a bike like this.
Oof, that that cold, rainy nonsense was pretty miserable.
I hate being cold.
After picking our way through the lesser of those two evils, Southern California traffic at rush hour, we had the opportunity to run through another test.
That's how you let people know you're coming through when you're splitting lanes. They hear 15,000 RPM rev limiter out of the inline 4, small bore 4. That'll get them to move.
Let's see, I'm gonna be in 6th gear. We'll do a little roll on.
Okay, yeah, let's do a 6-gear roll on.
On 1, we'll count down from 3 to 1, and then we'll go. All right, you ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1. Look at that. Susia.
Yeah, see, I'm about to hit 10,000 RPMs. Now it's coming away, Kev.
Now, happy to have you back here
But
with me, man.
But what happens if I double downshift to 4th and you stay in 6th?
Okay, we'll try that. And let's be honest. Okay, we're still dealing 400 versus mid 700 cc's here.
Yeah.
So it's no expectation for it to keep up, but it's just showing that thing. It just doesn't have that roll on unless you got the thing singing. So all right, well you're gonna drop down to 4th. I'm gonna stay in 6th. Same thing. We'll count down from 3, and we'll see how this goes. You want to count down with me this time, or am I
Yeah,
doing
I'll
it?
count down with you.
Okay.
So what?
3.
What are we aiming for? 60 miles per hour?
Yeah, I can't. All right, I'm at 60 right now. All right, 3,
2,
1.
All right.
Oh, it's a little closer. Oh, there you go. Look at that thing start screaming. Oh, were you grabbing gears even? That's good.
See?
Yeah, you gotta click down a couple gears just to get anywhere.
I mean, have you never heard drop a gear disappear? Come on, baby.
Yeah, you weren't exactly
That's race car style.
Not exactly disappearing, but
Okay, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not disappearing on a, yeah. But it'll get maybe just enough to get you around a big semi or a SUV or something, but.
yeah, yep, I feel you.
With the highway in our mirrors and the sun on the horizon, we rolled into a nearby beach town to cap off our trip.
Well, Evan, it's been a fun trip. We made it to the beach.
We did a lot. Track day, canyons.
Getting rained on in the mountains.
Now we're just in time for a nice little SoCal sunset.
Now, you got any surf? Would you go surf any of this stuff? It's not good surf.
I would definitely go out and get in the water.
You'll surf anything, huh?
I'll surf anything. I just want to get wet, you know?
Well, I'm not gonna make a joke about that. All right, man. Just about the end of the road here. This is it.
We made it, man. It's a beautiful sunset.
I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. I hope you like the view. I hope you like the spot I picked to end this little trip for us.
You did good. It's a nice view.
Thank
Almost
you.
as nice as this view, but
It
it's
is a good
good.
looking motorcycle. I'm happy with my choice. So I'm happy with the bike that I picked. I was going for something versatile, and that's exactly what this Suzuki is. I love this engine in this machine, all that torque. It makes this a bike that you can easily ride, whether it's at the track, canyons, on the street. Is this a perfect motorcycle? No, I think, you know, for me, the thing I noticed is the chassis side. I think I'd want to upgrade the suspension, you know, long term, but you know, I like the ergonomics. I like the fit and finish on this thing. I think it's the modern Suzuki that we've really wanted, and I can't complain, man. I'm really happy with the bike that I chose here, and let's hear about all your concerns and your regrets, right? Because there's got to be something. Are you happy with it?
No regrets, no regrets. I'm still picking this as my sport bike for $10,000.
What I like is really good front end feel, super
Yep.
capable chassis.
Yep.
Ergonomics, not super comfortable. Engine requires riding it really hard to get the most out of it. But I knew that coming into it. I mean, this is a hyper-focused bike. It's
Yep.
all about performance. For me, it just fits the bill. It's not a 600, which I don't think I'm ready for, but it's not a Ninja 400. It's
Yeah.
something I can grow into and become a better track day rider. I think at the end of the day, we both picked the perfect bikes for us, who we are at this point in our riding career.
Yep. Good choices, man.
When it comes down to it, motorcycles are a journey of the soul, and purchases don't have to be based on figures or evaluations. Follow your heart and choose the bike that resonates with you, knowing that the joy of riding on two wheels with your friends knows no bounds in terms of size, expense, or engine configuration.